maybe I shouldn't do it. It probably isn't safe. Some take it as a convincing sign of my mental instability. But whenever it is raining, I offer rides to my fellow citizens who are walking. My working theory is this: anyone walking in the rain would probably rather not, and so is unlikely dangerous. Evidently, I look less intimidating than inclement weather because I get a lot of takers. Sometimes they're walkers caught in a sudden storm. More often, someone on their way to the drugstore to pick up a prescription. Most often, it's someone on their way to work. At least, that's what the ones that speak English tell me. One November morning, I kicked on the wipers as I drove toward my job at Jubilee. I was on the alert for rain walkers. I threw my bag and my coffee cup in the back seat. I was ready. As I pulled out on 8th Street, Meridian's Main, I watched. Ahead of me, I saw a figure walking in the rain. Moved like a young man, no umbrella. Dark pants, a soaked hoodie covered his head and face. I pulled over to the sidewalk and rolled down the window as the front seat absorbed the incoming torrent. "Hey," I called. "Want a ride?" "Yeah, thanks," he said as he splashed into the front seat beside me. "Hey, my name's Elaine. Where you headed?" "I work at Wendy's," he said. "My name is Kenny." "Nice to meet you, Kenny," I said. "Where do you stay?" "In Savannah Grove," he said. I tried unsuccessfully to calculate how long it would take Kenny, or me for that matter, to walk to work every morning. Taking Kenny to work was no inconvenience. Wendy's was only a few blocks from Jubilee. Kenny pulled back his soggy hood to reveal red hair and a sandy beard. His phone rang. As Kenny calmly lied to the person on the phone regarding his whereabouts and current activities, I thought about the many stabbings, shootings, and carjackings that happened between Kenny's work and 2 blocks to Jubilee. I remembered descriptions of suspects on the evening news: dark hoodie, black pants, medium build. But this was just a guy on the way to work, right? I pulled through the traffic and into Wendy's nearly empty parking lot, pulling up to the back door. Kenny reached for the door handle, still evidently competing in some championship fabrication event. "Thanks," he mouthed as he lifted his chin and opened the door. "You're welcome," I said. "Be safe." "Well," I said, reassuring myself, "that went pretty well." I pulled out onto Dr. Martin Luther King Drive, and then I noticed a crumpled scrap of paper on the passenger seat. Maybe it fell out of his pocket when he got his phone. I turned it over and discovered Kenny's clock-in receipt from the day before. It included his name, the date, and the exact time of yesterday's clock-in, 10:41 a.m. And at the bottom of the receipt, it listed his title at Wendy's. It said job, crew member. So Kenny was a member of the crew at Wendy's. As I drove toward Jubilee, I realized that Kenny and I had more in common than just a zip code. Like Kenny was a member of the crew at Wendy's, I was a member of the crew at Jubilee. We both entered through the kitchen door, ready to do and expected to do whatever needed to be done. I felt a surge of gratitude for my job at Jubilee, and I wondered if Kenny loved his work at Wendy's as much as I loved mine. As I unlocked the kitchen door of the church, I remembered the scripture, "Better is one day in your courts than 1,000 elsewhere." I'm Elaine, and I'm looking for loose change.